Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Angry Cast and Fallout Shelter 2022. How y'all doing? We're doing just fine here. It's the Ides of March. Beware. Beware. Sorry. Actually, a good, very, very, very dear friend of mine. It's her birthday today. And I always say, I wish her happy birthday either in person or I text it to her or whatever. But like on social media, I'll just say beware. And that's just, I've done it for like 15 years and she's never told me to stop. So I'm going to keep on doing it. Speaking of the March, we've got a quest out there. It's the Shamrock the Casbah. It's a limited time quest, so right around St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day. Let's have a stereotypical Irish accent, shall we? No, we're not going to do that. But we got to retrieve the clover samples from an abandoned vault. We've got some peeps out there, and we're going to go do that now. Explore Vault 317, Shamrock the Casbah. I am not Irish, by the way. I am as Czech as they come. Half of my family is from Czechoslovakia, and the other half is what we call a Heinz 57 variety. I actually did a genealogy thing. Well, I didn't do it. My family did it. My dad did it. And traced us back to, I think it was back, I was told this in like 8th grade, we had to do it for a class, and then he did it just in general, like years later. And came out that we were a descendant of Bohemian knighthood, which, whatever that means. I don't know if that's like, a Sons of Italy, or the, Knights of Columbus, or the Elks, or the Moose, who knows. But apparently that's us. But he did it later on, and that was like I said, that was for an English class assignment. And later on, he did it with I think somebody who's actually a genealogist did it, and it was pretty interesting to see how far back our roots go into Czechoslovakia, which Czechoslovakia doesn't exist anymore. That's something from the 80s, from like I think the mid 90s. Late 90s, early 2000s, like that. That's when that split up, like Slovakia, Slovenia, all that stuff. And there's a whole mess going on right now everywhere else. But, that whole area was, one country. Oh, boy. And then it, changed. Which is to do, because, I grew up in a time when there was two Germanys. You want to feel old. Tell somebody, or, have somebody tell them, I don't remember when there was two Germanys. Well, there was two Germanys, and then David Hasselhoff stood on top of the wall, sang, and it fell. The voice from his soul caused the wall to fall. No, that's not really what happened. Anyways, communism fell, Russia split up. It all happened at the late 80s, early 90s, and we had two. We went back to having one Germany. So it's just kind of an interesting time there. But that's how old I am. I'm 47 now. I just had a birthday. I'm 47, and that's my generational growing up of having two Germanys and one Czechoslovakia and, a giant old big USSR, and now we've got several independent states, hopefully. And they can stay that way. But we hail from, that region, and we moved here in the early 1900s, and my family grew up on had this farm. It's I'm not going to give you the exact location. I will say that we are very, very near to a famous house from a movie. Speaking of 1990, a very famous house that recently went up for sale, and they tried to flip it and turn it over and make it a bigger sale, and I don't think it went very well. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, but my family still lives in that area. The farm, as we call it, where my father grew up, his ancestors that came to this country, and I don't really have a lot of knowledge about my family tree other than what is on paper from this genealogist. Megan has gone through and done the Ancestry or 23andMe, whichever one that was, swab, boom, and then you get a profile, and then that can change as more people match to that DNA, markers. I've never done that. I kind of wish I could. I wish I could. Be interesting to find out. I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I want to find out that I have more family that I don't know about. It'd be kind of like, I don't know. You find some things you don't want to, a couple of skeletons you don't want to know about. I'm sure there's not. I mean, nothing horrible that I would care about. I'm just saying, if I find out that's one of our last names, we were in Germany in 1939 and we were on the wrong side of history, I'd be kind of a little bit upset. But that would be from my mother's side because there's some German English influence there. Anyways, but Megan and I, we watch. There's a show we watch on PBS called Finding Your Roots with Dr. Henry Louis Gates Jr. He's like the genial Samuel L. Jackson. It's like he's like this, professor, suit and tie, and he's just got this smooth, way he talks to people and tells them about their family tree, and he's like I said, he's like the genial Samuel L. Jackson. Doesn't how Samuel L. Jackson's like, I'm tired of this. He's not like that, but he's got the same delivery style. He's just got. It's very calm and very chill, but he's got that same. He's got charisma, man. Dad's got game, man. He's got game. But we watch the show, and it's wonderful to see people see back into their past and to see where they came from in their fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth father, grandmother in growing up in the countrysides of Ireland or growing up in the countrysides of Britain or Spain or sometimes even as far as China or Japan or South America, something like that, and to see people learn some of the well, that's disappointing. Clover sprigs are supposed to have 3 leaves only. They have 4 leaves. Must be different. Oh, well, how about that? We got lucky. Yeah. Yeah, we got lucky. But, yeah. It's just the people that find out things and like to hear the harsh truths of what they might have known all along or what they, everybody had assumed because of certain, they're gonna find something in their past that they know is true, and it brings them some sort of closure in a sense because they can confirm, but it also enlightens them to how powerful their history is, that they are who they are today in the face of that, and I think that's pretty important, and I think that's pretty solid, and it's a really good show. It's on PBS on Tuesday nights. If you have a smart TV, you can download the PBS app, and I think it's on there too. You can watch older episodes, but yeah. The other thing, just a note, back there in that whole idea about the 4-leaf clover. Has anybody ever found a 4-leaf clover before? I have. I have found a 4-leaf clover. We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's get back to the vault, and we'll do the next one too. We'll get that out of the way. We got 3 Nuka-Cola Quantums, we got 3 theme recipe fragments, and 2,300 caps. Hot diggity damn. Okay, we're going to bring in with that. We got 21. We're going to use that one. We'll get net 2 back. Hopefully sell some of the common items. We'll get rid of these things. We don't need them. We're going to collect. We have performed 26 critical hits is one of our tasks. Still, I think. Oh, I can see you. If I can get there. Come on, get me out of here. Let's just erase to see what happens. Oh no, come on. Come on. And we still got him. I saw him. I was like, I couldn't get to him. Okay. So now what we got going on? We've got 25 of these suckers. I turned off the Mr. Handy so that I can collect these after they leave, because sometimes I get that problem where I send somebody out and then all of a sudden we get attacked. Okay, when Irish eyes are glowing is the next one. Driving the snakes out. Davida Van Raiders, hostile to redheads. Ooh. We get rewards of 2 Nuka-Cola Quantums. This is how you get the Nuka-Cola Quantums, people, to doing some of these quests. Look, Friendly Settlement, Daily Quest there. You can get, again, I say, do not buy these things with your own money. You're going to get them. You just have to you have to play the game. So there we go. Let's get them in there and do their thing. And we will get on with our show. Hada! Okay, we got 6 back to work with. what are our objectives here while we're talking about things? Perform 26 critical hits for 3 Nuka-Cola climbs. Again, we're going to go out and do quests. We're going to get critical hits. We're going to be more careful about them, I think, and we can get them. Survive 15 ghoul attacks for Lunchbox, which we've been doing, but it's not that often. And then collect 12 wear outfits, which I will do because we're going to be collecting outfits, but otherwise I wouldn't. I would just get rid of it if we weren't doing these quests. Everybody's getting trained up. Everybody's looking good. We are pretty much. I mean, look at this. We've got, except for the fact that we don't have a lot of people in them. Everybody who is there, we've got almost trained all the way up. We've got one more person there, one more person in the above. We've got everybody's there, here, one person there, one person there. This is awesome. One person there. We've got everybody there. Right now, I've got Harkness. He's here. He's fully trained up. He's got level 50. He can't really do much more, so I might as well put him there for now. He's a good soldier to send out, but as far as things are going, I would rather have people who are level 50. Now, she's level 13. I need to get her out of there into a place where she can gain levels. She's not going to gain levels there. So, yeah. And we got one. Oh, by the way, we got one person hanging outside, and that's this person here, Sarah Lyons. We did another quest line, that other quest line we were talking about. I forget the name of it now, but she was the end of the line. Oh, we were helping out the Raiders, or helping out the Brotherhood of Steel, or something like that. She was the end rescue. We rescued her, so she is now on our thing. She's level 29, so I'm going to send her through now. And she will be through pretty quickly. All right. With that being said, let's go do this quest because we got some other things we want to get done too. Ooh, well, we will use them. It's fine. We will use them. I just won't. I'll bring them back later then, because the next episode will be the next ones, and I'll have to do that pretty quickly before they disappear. All right. Defeat the Raider boss. So as I was saying before, I have found a 4-leaf clover. 1992 or 3, I believe. I was a high school student. I was in band. I was a drummer. Still am a drummer. I guess you never stop being those things. But I was a drummer in the high school band, marching band. And we had our high school was at, like, off a main road. And then it had a big, huge, just grass field in front of it, and then back off of that was the high school. Now, today, that's not the same thing. I mean, in fact, there was like a helipad at one point. Looky here. Seems like we have ourselves some ginger lovers. Wow, that's a kind of no mercy, and we got to fight it. So yeah, there was big. I actually think there was like a helipad later on, like the emergency life flight they call it would land there if they needed to, but. Beyond that, up on a hill, there was what we call it a junior high, which you would call middle school, I think. We call it junior high. 7, 8, and 9 were considered junior high level grades, and, well, that was quick. And it was actually the high school when my mom was a student, and then it became the junior high when they built the new high school in, like, 1970 or something like that. So behind the school, like if you want to make a triangle from the junior high or the high, or I should say the old high school, and the high school, at the top of that was what they called the vocational tech. They call Vault-Tec, the vocational technical school, or vocation technical school. I don't know that wording. Basically, auto shop, cosmetology, those kind of classes were taught there, and behind that was like a practice field for football. And that's where we had our practice field for band practice. Like, we would go after school, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we would go up to the field. We'd march from the school up to the field, do our half game and pre-game stuff, do all that, then march back down. And then on Thursday, we would go to the stadium, which was way across town, oddly enough, and would do the run through there. Okay, wait, hold on, we gotta get this. Yeah. We would do the run through there, and then Friday would be the game. We would either do it at home or we would travel by bus. But I think from like July until mid-August, we had band camp. One time at band camp, we had band camp, and we would go in the summer during the. Do you know? Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Wow. Okay. Wow. I don't think we can avoid fighting. But July through August, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like 2 days, 3 days a week, we would get conditioned. You're going to be standing out in the hot sun, got to get conditioned to that, learning the routine, learning basic things. Oof. And then we would, so I'm getting them all. We would get lunch, then we would go back up and and that was just during the daytime, just to get you conditioned for when we would actually get into school and actual football games, because football started like the first week of school, so we had to be prepared. So that's why we did that. But anyways, we would go up to the field, and I forget if it was during band camp or if it was actually during rehearsal, one of the days we were up there. This field had grass and everything else, and there was clover, and I don't know how I noticed it. I think even somebody had mentioned it. It was like a weird thing that there was actually 4-leaf clovers that were found in this field, because I wouldn't have started looking for it just because. But for something told me to look for a 4-leaf clover, whether it was I had heard stories or I was just thinking about it or whatever else, and I happened to find one. And I actually had it in between a piece of plastic. I had like, not laminated, it was like, poor man lamination on it, and was in my wallet for the longest time. Of course, I never believed in any of that, because my gosh, I had that for years and never had any good luck. So I don't think it would have mattered anyways. And then after college, I went and worked for a company that put together large screen TVs, and for like a temp work for like a couple of months. And I broke they were rear-projections, so they projected onto a mirror, and then that mirror projected into the screen. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, well, that's no reason to hate everybody. Anyways, so I happened to find it, and I happened to 4-leaf clovers aren't exactly something you find all the time, and I could have sworn I found 2 of them. I might misremember because it's been 30 years, but I think I remember finding 2 4-leaf clovers in that field. And again, this is not something that was just oddly like, random thought to look for 4-leaf clovers. I think somebody told me that those things were there to look to find, and lo and behold, I found them. So yeah, and I think at some point, like, wallets don't really wear that well for many years, and eventually it fell apart and just disintegrated. So I got rid of it, and I've never been able to find another one. And I've looked sometimes. And in fact, I'd been back there after high school. I had graduated and come back for something. I forget what I was there for. I just happened to go up to and walked around the field a little bit and started to look, and I couldn't find any. But it was just an interesting thing. I thought maybe if I could find another 4-leaf clover, maybe my luck would change, but it didn't. All right, our luck was pretty good here. Let's get back, and we've got advanced jumpsuit, microscope, and a rare weapon recipe. 2 more Nuka-Cola quantums to offset the 5 we used, and then 4,300 caps. We are not going to use Nuka-Cola quantums to bring them back. I'm going to let them come back in on their own. We're going to I will set up the next set of quests, and we will do that next time, because it has, looking at the clock, it's that time. Screw it. I'm going to bring them in, and then I'll send them back out. But I'm not going to, go do another quest. Oh, shoot. Wait, can we find him? Can we get him? Can we get him? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Do I see him? I ain't going to find him. Nope. I will not find him. He's going to escape me. Shit. Shit. Oh, well. Worth a try. Alright, let's see here. We've got to sell these common things that we do not need. And that's the rest of that. Boopsie-doo. Close that. Let's just get rid of something. We gotta get rid of some junk first. Okay, hold on. Shit. Alright. We can get that in. We've got 8 now. We got a lot of them. That's awesome. And we've collected some rare outfits. Let's go ahead and open up our lunchboxes real quick. Get them out the way. We've got caps. We've got a BB gun. We've got water. We've got military circuit board. We're gonna have a lot of them. Making some Dragon's Maws and some Mark 6 power armors once we have the recipes for that. Power, sniper rifle, caps, chemistry flask, and an enhanced shotgun. Pretty good stuff. We're going to sell most of it and scrap it. We've got 195 to that. We need to... How did we lose? Well, we can go with 24. I think we'll be okay. All right, the end of the rainbow. We get a lunchbox for that one. Two Nuka-Cola Quantums. Woohoo! Let's get our boys out there. Jack, Bruce, and old Longfellow. Give them all the full complement of everything. Send them on their way. We'll collect all that so we can have our backup. And then... Oh, and that's it. That's it for Pit. Okay, so next time we'll come back. Look at this. We're almost at 700,000 caps. How about that? We come back. We're going to do the next set of quests for the Irish Eyes Are Smiling because there's 3, 4, and there's 3 more quests. So maybe we'll finish it all up next time. Who knows? And then we'll go on from there. And we're going to start seeing some more people get out of here and into where we need to be. We have 58 of 58 dwellers. We can no longer take any more. And we're not going to either. Because otherwise we'll be having death claws running up in this bitch, and I don't want that happening. Sorry guys, we're not sticking around for you. We're going away. We will see you next time. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.